Alright, welcome back, my charming conspirators. I'm playing the horror game called Deathmark, and we just ran out of the forest away from the ghost Shimio. He was about to, annihilate all of us here. So it looks like we're back driving toward the mansion to regroup. So let's get back into this. Okay, an unspeakable sense of relief fills the car. If feeling truly alive is a real sensation, then it most definitely feels like this. The greatest irony is that the only time you can feel truly alive is when you have a brush with death. No one speaks for a while. We're all soaking in that feeling. It's only after we've left the mountain and reached buildings again that I feel like talking. Still, I glance through the rearview mirror and then at the passenger seat. Both Mashida and Shao are looking out their windows. Was it really okay for you to come here? If Mary finds out... Obviously, I came with her permission. Mashida immediately retorts. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have come. I get it. Mary must have also guessed that we were in danger. So what happened to that explanation? Who's that woman behind us? Oh, right. I tell him everything I know so far about Christy Aramura. She offers up some details as well. The moment her background comes to light, Mashida smiles coldly. Aramura, right now that you mention it, I do remember you. You were fired over that scandal. Why I never... Should I be disgusted or amazed at his rudeness? But these scars you all have, what were they called? Yeah, they're called the death marks. Thanks. So you all have these marks. What happens when you have one? Well, Mashida butts in from the passenger seat. You die within a few days' time. Suffering from something like amnesia. You zone out and your brain takes a vacation. It all happened to me. Shao scoffs. You talk like it's someone else's problem. Shao. Mashida didn't mean it like that. You can only be blunt when discussing this. Doesn't look like Shao will buy that excuse, though. I guess it really is not your problem. After all, you don't have a mark anymore. Huh? What's he talking about? Oh well, you see... Mashida has already lost Hanahiko's mark. He's free now. So there's no good reason for him to be here with us, but... You're putting yourself in danger for the truth. I can't believe it. You're like a saint. Christie's exaggerated compliment is drowned out by Mashida's sardonic laugh. It's nothing that noble, but thanks to that I've learned the thing I most wanted to know. And what's that? When and how people get the mark. The first time I was oblivious, but this time I was aware of it. Mashida, you don't mean... He gives me his usual crooked grin and shows me his wrist. Oh, so he got remarked again. Sure enough, his skin is blemished by a scar that looks like a spirit's bite mark. Interesting. So Mashida is like reinfected again. Shao cries out, a look of horror on his face. Come on, no way. Did you seriously do that? Man, give it up already. It's someone else's problem, right? So just shut it. Okay, well, we're all infected with the mark again, so... See what Mary has to say. Mashida, could I say something? What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. You never told me you had a gun. Well, I mean, he was an ex-cop, so he probably would have a gun. A gun seems logical. Oh, that. He laughs scornfully and shoves a paper bag into my hands. I open the bag and find a revolver-style handgun at the bottom. If you want it, take it. That's not why I... Mashida keeps on talking without stopping to hear what I have to say. It's loaded with 5 bullets. You can hang on to it. But promise me. Promise you what? Don't use it on anything other than a spirit. Not that there's any proof it'll work on them. Of course. Or are they silver bullets? Just in case we run into a werewolf? Have any experiences with guns? There's no way I would. To be fair, I don't really know. But at the very least, right now I'm not getting the feeling that I can handle a gun. Oh. Only use it under extreme stress. With no experience, you won't hit your mark. Well, whatever. If I'm there, just leave the shooting to me. You can face the spirit some other way. Yeah, that's how it was at H Elementary, too. And for God's sakes, keep it hidden. Gun possession gets you 3 years penal labor. I'd get hit with 1 to 10 myself just for giving it to you. And shooting a single bullet would get you more than 3 years, if not a life sentence. Jesus Christ, man. So you're telling me not to use it? No, I'm just telling you that if it's restricted that badly by the law, it's got that kind of power. Got the handgun. Okay, cool. So at least we got a handgun to defend ourselves. Yeah, I don't know how much time any of us all have at this point. The mark's color grows more vivid. Early dawn. A few hours left until death closes in. Yeah, we need to talk to Mary. Welcome back, Lord Evie. You as well, Lord Xiao. It appears that the woman with you is also a mark bearer. We introduce Christy, and then Mary proceeds to fill her in on everything. The mark after your life, memory loss, and the spirits who curse them into the living. Christy accepts her new reality surprisingly quickly. Guess it's only natural after what she saw in the forest. I then update Mary on what we found. I see. What a close call for you. I can hear relief in her voice. But why did she let Mashita go? If you must know, after you left, Lord Mashita insisted on traveling to the forest as well. Her eyes flick over to Mashita. I'm not one to just sit around. Mashita shrugs nonchalantly. It was quite the issue. A selfish attitude like that could get all of you mark bearers killed. I normally would have refused. Did something happen? No. I admit I had a foreboding feeling. I sensed danger was closing in on you, Lord Evie. So he went, an emergency measure. Lord Mashita, please know that I will not allow such a thing a second time. Her cool voice is icier than usual. Mashita's so hard-headed, I wonder if she's actually getting through to him at all. Now, from what you have told me, you are positive that it was Shimio who gave Lord Xiao his mark. Yeah. That ugly monster is definitely the huge man I saw that time. The fact that I have the mark now, too, proves it. Mashita rubs at his wrist, smirking. So what exactly are you planning? Don't tell me you're seriously thinking of fighting that thing. There's no way you'd win. You're completely mad if you think you can. She's right. A certain someone's awesome bullets didn't even scratch it. We need a tank or something to beat that thing. Shh. The room falls silent. I'm sure all of us are thinking about what we saw back at the forest. Yeah. There's no way we can do anything about a monster like that. We have to leave it to the police. Yeah, I don't think the police are going to care, man. You honestly believe they'll do something? Go and make a suicide pact with that naive thinking, but leave me out of it. What? How dare you? Yo, boss. All this high and mighty talk coming from you, that mean you've got an idea how to beat it? How the hell would I know that? But I'm willing to risk my life to find one. His shout is hoarse, he's probably uneasy. Christy shivers. Xiao just glares at Mashida. An awkward silence falls again. We're wasting time. We've got to do something, but... take charge, turn to Mary, stay quiet. I honestly feel like we should probably ask Mary what to do. Yeah, let's ask Mary. There's nothing I can do but rely on a doll. I glance over at Mary. May I interject? Sounds like she read my mind. We have only a limited amount of time until dawn, when the spirit vanishes. Do what you can before then. It would be wise to gather information on Shimio. You say that, but no way we can find a needle in a haystack. We gotta have a clue first. Then, why don't we check out the bee farm that's north of H Shrine? My reports say several people have seen Shimio there. Hardly anyone ever goes there now, with the weird events in the forest. Why is a bee farm up there? A cult called Honey Bee Family used to live on the land. No one's there anymore, though. How come? They committed mass suicide? A mass suicide in the woods. I've heard about that somewhere. Mashida might have mentioned something similar before we entered the forest. The tabloids and gossip shows ate it up 5 years ago. They never revealed the details, though, so the public doesn't know. Oh yeah, I remember that. But my club took up all the time back then, so I don't know much. You seem to know quite a bit about the forest, Christy Aramura. Read up on it to find a primo spot? Don't be an ass. I was put in charge of the report, so I did my research. Honeybee family was very insular and secretive. I heard the mass suicide end was all the members following their leader. New channels chalked it up to their discontent with modern society. What happens to the leader? Rumors say it was also suicide, though I saw an old picture of him, and he was a huge, obese man. Suddenly everyone is holding their breath. No doubt we're picturing the same thing. The monster at the forest entrance. A dead guy's come back to life. We want to go to a place with a zombie. That's totally insane. It's just like the rumors say, that forest is cursed. There's no way I could. Just standing there, the voices of suicide victims surrounds me. Shut the hell up, hag. No more words out of those lip flaps. But now it's not only the forest that's cursed. I failed to kill myself, and now I'm at this mansion. I'm cursed too. And so are all of you. Her mutters have a dark edge. If Shimio is somehow connected to Honeybee family, then the key to destroying his grudge is going to be there. Alright, what are you gonna do, old lady? You still want to die? I'm considering it, but I'll help you guys while I settle on my decision. I'll pass on monster fighting. Wow, you'll help? I'm shocked. If you leave your mark alone, you won't need to hike back out there. Well, I hate owing strangers, especially pushy guys like you. She seems grateful that we saved her. There's no reason to refuse her help. We need as much as we can get. The night is drawing to a close. The key to escaping the mark does seem to lie within the forest. Lady Christie has said Shimio was often seen near the bee farm. May hold a connection to him. Good luck. New info was added to the spirit file, temporary retreat. Okay, so let's let's get caught up here on our documentation, because we just collected a bunch of stuff. We quiet the bees with the spray and find a second cottage further in the forest. No corpse inside this time, but living woman named Christy Aramura, former news anchor. Seems she came to commit suicide, but getting caught up with us and our circumstances changes her mind. Oddly enough, she already bears the mark. What irony. She most likely got her mark from Shimio. While we're discussing it, the flashlight goes out. It's not malfunctioning, it's just like with Hanahiko. A presence is closing in on the cottage. We have to get out of here. We've no time to explore, and we definitely can't get lost. The shortest route back to the forest entrance is the only way. Somehow we get the car started and we speed out of the forest. Before we make it out, we spot two men. One of them familiar. It is Kimura, his neck twisted awkwardly. He seemed dead. The man beside him was smiling. Was that Shimio? The disembodied voice says, "Control those that are different and exorcise them." Easy for them to say. How do I even do that? We learn another truth on our drive back to the mansion. Mashida, who escaped the mark once already, now has it again. It appeared when he saw what we think is Shimio. It's true then that the spirits are the ones cursing people with the mark. But it's beyond me why Mashida would risk his life to learn more about the mark. He must have some kind of reason. Back at the mansion, Christy tells us of an incident in the forest she reported on back when she was an anchor. 5 years ago, a group of people calling themselves the Honeybee Family lived cut off from society deep in the forest. That is until one day they mysteriously committed mass suicide. News reports said they'd become disillusioned with society and followed their leader's orders to die, but the police investigation was inconclusive. The problem lies with the appearance of the leader, who was said to have died with them. Christie says pictures show him to be a giant, obese man. The mass suicide caused the forest to become quickly deserted. This Honeybee Family group concerns me. There were traces of their presence everywhere in the forest. If we want to survive any unexpected dangers or chance encounters with Shimio, we need to be careful not to overlook a single detail in this investigation. Okay, so it sounds like Shimio was the cult's leader, and then when he died, he's now come back to, like, curse people. I thought I saw something in an earlier document. I just wanted to look again. So we already know about the spray. I thought there was something else. I guess not. I thought I saw something different, but maybe not. No, I guess I don't see anything different. Okay, so we got caught up on our documentation. Oh, so this tells, like, everybody's power, intelligence, spirit power, and dexterity. I didn't even realize I could change characters here. Okay. Actually, I want to try talking with Mary one last time. If Shimio is somehow connected to this Honeybee Family group, you may find the key to ending the grudge at their bee farm. Do take care. Okay, she just wants us to go to the bee farm. Wait, actually, by the way, Mary, there's one thing I'd like to confirm. Mashida speaks up suddenly. When I stayed here earlier, you told me the truth you're seeking can be found here. I really doubt this, but did you know that Honeybee Family had something to do with these marks? His voice shakes silently with anger, but it doesn't faze Mary a bit. I do not have such power. I simply sensed that your fate was entwined with Lord Evie. I do not know what truth you are seeking, Lord Mashida. But if you remain near Lord Evie, I predict that you will find it. More occult bull. Mashida clicked his tongue, but he isn't scowling anymore, so his curiosity must be satisfied. What do they have to do with anything? I just owe them. That's all. Mashida falls silent, saying nothing more. I guess he doesn't want to tell me. See, that's strange, too, because it said when we first rested at the mansion that we only explored half of this mansion. Like, we haven't even explored the other half of this mansion yet. Alright, let's get a save on file here. Yeah, start a new save. I haven't saved in forever. It's been like over an hour. Okay, so we got our game saved, and that's probably going to be a good place to stop. Yeah, when we come back, we'll choose a partner to go with us to the honeybee farm and see if we can gather any further information on Shimio. Because we still need to go back to the forest and explore that secondary cabin where we found Christy, because we didn't have time to explore it, because it looked like there was some more of that night-night stuff in there that we could use to destroy those remaining beehives to go down those other paths. So that's where we're at, conspirators. Let me know what you think of this game so far. This is a very unique game. It's almost like it's playing like a play novel, but then it's like kind of like half play novel, and then the other half you actually get to go explore yourself and make choices. So I don't know. It's actually a very interesting horror game. I've never played a game like this before, so I'm always open to new like horror game like mechanics like this. So this is really cool for me to play this game. Like, I'm loving the story so far. But yeah, kind of like what Mashita just said. He said like the answers can be found here. That's got me thinking that there's got to be something in this mansion that is like really important, because also, like I said, when we woke up the first time, we haven't even explored half of the mansion, so we still don't even know how the hell like Mary is even like a talking doll. And you know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's just like so bizarre. It's like I'm sure we'll uncover more as we go along, but like, damn it, I want answers now. But thank you guys so much for watching. As always, conspirators, stay charming, and we'll be back very soon with the next one.